Time to play a game again. As I said, as I wrote in the comments, I haven't played this game in 4 years. It's gonna be fun. Originally, I was like, "Oh, they'll do a new game run through," but then I remembered this game only has one save slot.
World of Final Fantasy.
But since it's an RPG, there's also not a lot of me talking. There's probably not going to be a lot of me talking about it. So, thought after good stretches as it goes through long cinematics. But hey, new game plus. I can carry over a bunch of stuff. You know. I also have higher difficulty I probably won't use, but a bunch of things. So, gonna have the new game plus, and I don't have my old saves. Since I won't have the progress, I'll have even more incentive just to get back there at some point. So, much more likely for me to complete the playthrough. Sephiroth, Paltier, Sora. Ooh, Coliseum stuff. So different mini game. Oh, okay, yeah. Good thing I didn't just do a new game, so still keep all the theater mode stuff. But this is a fun game.
Prologue. Awake at last.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Time to wake up.
Yeah, what a weird way to start a game, right?
Huh? What a nap. Oh, right. I gotta get to work. Oh, am I gonna make it? The boss hates when I'm late.
And, no mention of The lack of the metal hand or the fox on the
And
head.
again, it's not like business has picked up any.
No. So much weirdness going on.
The streets sure are quiet today. Hey, I'm here. Huh? How'd she get in if no one's here yet? Good morning. I'm real sorry. I hope you haven't been waiting long.
Huh?
Right. She needs some water.
Oh, no thanks. A pint. I mean, a cup of coffee, please. Oh, and bring the whole jar of sugar. I'm gonna need it.
Right. That's 1 cup of Joe. And I'll get you one of the big jars. Has nobody made the coffee yet? Come on, get it together, guys. I'm sorry, miss. This might take a while.
Hey, no hurry. Time's not an issue.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Sure. Keep it down, Rain. How about acting your age, huh?
Hey, don't talk down to me. Listen, last time I checked, little bro, I've been around a few minutes longer than you.
Okay. I get it already. Very sorry. So, what's up? I'm all ears.
Well, you don't have to get all sarcastic.
You really are all ears.
What?
Forget it. So, Lon, have you seen anybody this morning?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm looking right at you, aren't I? And there's that customer.
What? Ah! Oh, hello!
You didn't even see her? Dude.
Yeah, but... Ah! Look! Come with me right now!
Easy! Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, there's just a lot of little details I like about this.
There's nobody here!
So it's a quiet morning. Maybe they just...
I mean no one!
Huh?
Lon, have you bumped into anyone today besides her?
Now that you mention it, I guess not.
And this isn't setting off any alarms?
Well, should it?
You two really don't remember a thing.
Huh? What was that? Who are you? If you're from around town, then I don't know you.
Rain, manners.
You two really don't remember a thing.
Would you please just answer my question?
You can call me Anna Crow. Anna Crow will work.
Okay, well, we woke up to a ghost town this morning. Maybe you know why?
Yes, you're quite alone. But you always have been.
Huh?
This world, it's always been the two of you. A world without time. One that ended when it began.
What? That's the weirdest thing I've heard.
But don't worry. Just because the world ended doesn't mean that it's going anywhere. You know, I have been checking up on you two. Until now, you were nothing but blank stares. So imagine my surprise when Lon took my order. What a morning.
Okay. Now you're kind of scaring me.
So, now that you're awake, we've got a story to tell. Which brings us to... Tama, right to here!
Who the honk put this thing on my head?
Yeah, I did try to mention it before.
You take it from here. I'll go on ahead and link up a path.
You the got it! Huh? Hey, you can't
Hey,
just leave.
Salutations! The name is Tama, and I'm here to help out. Does anyone have any questions?
Wait, I've got tons of questions. Why were you sitting on my head? And how the honk can a fox even talk?
That's seriously the first thing on your mind? Now I see why Inna Crow is just about ready to throw in the towel.
We're not allowed to be confused?
Hey, whoa, take it easy there, Lon.
I thought you were upset
Let's
too.
start the over. I'll make us some the coffee.
Oh, yes, please.
But I already made some coffee before you got here. How can you just roll with this, Rain?
Chill the out. You live the much longer.
Yeah, Lon. You shouldn't start out your morning with so much stress.
Oh, would you like some sugar?
3 cubes for you, right, Lon?
Huh?
I'm good with just
No.
one.
Okay, I'll go and put the coffee on.
But I just said I... You know what? Just give me my dang cup of coffee. Mirage Keepers? Me and Rain?
That's the correct. The marks on your arms are proof. You were born to work the miracles.
Miracles? Our arms can do that?
Dude.
How could you forget? You used to command a whole legion of them. You were masters of them, powerful living illusions known as mirages. In the fact, even the Pleiad answered to you, and those are the 7 strongest mirages of all. With their power, you could have ruled over all the world.
Oh. So, we could have ruled the world? Because, what, we controlled these mirages?
Well, that's what I've heard.
From who?
What do you mean? In a crow that told me, of course. But enough the reminiscing. I've got to teach you two to use mirages again.
What? How's that?
First off, I'm going to present you with my very own Prismarium.
So what does it do?
With this Prismarium, the mirage inside becomes yours. And you can make it do anything and everything you command. So let's try it right now in glorious combat.
Wait. What? Huh?
Okay, go ahead and throw some attacks out there. To take action, you need to spend something called action points, also known as AP. You automatically gain a little bit of AP each the time your turn comes around in battle. The amount of AP you need depends on what you're trying to do, so make sure you use them wisely.
Okay. Battle time. Take turns based on agility. Faster. Yeah. Normal ATB stuff. Okay. Shortcuts to abilities. Yep. Just amazing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it keeps my stats, so I'm doing way high damage. Yep, it did. Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna have any trouble in combat.
The
That's
figure
good
it
to know.
out yet? The two of you were unsurpassed. No, the Mirage could stand up to you.
Dude, seriously?
Dude, but seriously.
It's hard to believe.
I'm sure it is. As far as I can tell, you two have lost everything. All the memories and experience you've ever accumulated. Oh, but wait. Of course that would have happened when you and this world were spliced out.
Huh?
So not only did they lose the Mirages they had, they've been stripped of all their memories of the Mirages too? But I guess that explains why all their other memories seem to be largely unaffected.
What? Listen, let me show you something. There, just beyond this light, lies another world called Grimoire. That is where you'll find all the Mirages you've lost.
You mean they're all inside this gate?
You got it. Are you ready to conquer them again?
So, if we do manage to find all the lost Mirages, does that mean we'll be able to remember the things we forgot?
Well, I don't know about that. After all, you lost your memories. It's not the same thing as forgetting them.
Oh.
But even if you don't remember Grimoire, Grimoire still knows a lot about you. You're certain to find traces and records of your past.
Okay. So, like,
You're saying whether we remember anything about ourselves or not, we can still find clues about our past and the things we've done?
Correct. And if you keep on gathering Mirages, I think you might even meet your family in due time.
Our family?
huh? Well, I guess it does make sense that we'd have parents.
Oh yes. So then, you going? You going? Will you journey to Grimoire?
Okay. And with that, we will save and keep going. Yep. Last time I played was almost 4 years ago. So. Let's get started.
Chapter 1. Land of the Lilikin.
So, this must be Grimoire. What?
Lon, you look like such a little dweeb.
Oh, I know! We look ridiculous!
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that's how everybody in this world must look. Una Crow just wanted to make sure you had a nice and a handy way of blending in.
Wow, she can do stuff like that?
That is awesomely weird.
Well, this kind of works out. We won't have anybody gawking at our arms.
Way to find the silver lining.
Yep. Switching between states. It is useful for certain setups. So. I've never had a data set up for both. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I guess we should head straight down this path.
Okay. Oh, I can't set up anything yet. So I'll get that back eventually. That'll be fine.
It's the only direction we can go. Think you can manage to not get lost? You know, just this once?
What? I'm not gonna get lost. Oh, hello. I spy another Mirage.
That is the call to Choco Chick. What are you waiting for? Go on and imprison the it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Combat start animation. I wonder how this tutorial is going to work since I'm so much more powerful than it wants me to be.
So what now?
First, you're going to need this.
It looks sort of like a prismarium.
What if that's called a prism? Use it to make the Choco Chick's prismarium. Every time you find a new The Mirage you haven't seen before, it'll be recorded in Enna Crow's special Mirage manual.
Whoa! Does it even have pictures?
You the betcha. And then whenever you add a new Mirage to the manual, you receive one of its prisms. But only the first time, mind you. Okay, first, try the weakening the Choco Chick, then use your prism.
If your prism compatible, yep. You'll automatically get one. The book orders. Yeah, almost every Mirage eventually. Yep. See much world inside. Feel like snow globes. Be nice. don't try to shake them. Oh yes. Prism on him. Takes a turn. Add Mirage to your stacks using battle. Don't lose the prism, so there's no need. Yeah, so like Pokeballs that you don't burn up every time they fail. Window information using Libra. Okay. All of the fun status effects. You gotta see if it has the ability to absorb or nullify elemental attacks. That's fun stuff. Various things on that. So Libra, weak to ice and darkness. I already have one, so I don't need another one. Oh.
There! A Prism Tunity! Use the Imprism command to claim that Mirage for your own. Go on! The Select the Imprism command!
Yeah, it's gonna make me do the
You
tutorial.
might have to try different things before certain Mirages will let down their guard and to give you a chance to imprison them. Think the outside of the box.
So, imprison them, quick Mirage, and back to the Prism City State. I just won't let the guard down forever. So don't miss it when it arrives. Sometimes you just need to hit it, other times, some things. Okay. Yeah. Libra really helps out. But I don't need to worry about it, because again, I'm pretty sure I have a complete one other than, you know, the story required ones. Because I lost them for New Game Plus.
Go!
But if the tutorial wants me to do it, I'm gonna do it.
Look! You did it! Now that the Choco Chick is inside the Prismarium, it's yours to the keep.
No trouble at
That
all.
wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure some people probably find Tama's verbal tick thing where she adds the into statements annoying. But it's kind of trying to keep a weird uniqueness of... Just, you can add things, like, just add random nonsense to some sentences in Japanese and for uniqueness, and it's a little bit harder with English, so... But yeah. I've got all the transfigurations. There's no reason for me to even use this one, though, so... yeah, I'm not gonna rename it. That's fine. But I'm also not going to use it. Because I'm going to rebuild my stacks.
Cool! I can see the Choco Chick running around in the Prismarium.
Pretty the neat, huh? Next, why don't you have a go at stacking that Choco Chick on your head? Here, watch, I'll just show you.
Oh, now I get it. So when I saw you perched on Lon's head back in Ninewood Hills, that's what you call stacking.
Yep, that's the right. While I'm up to here, I get to take it nice and easy.
Is that stacking or slacking?
When you create a stack, the HP of everyone in the stack gets added together. Like they say, strengthen the numbers.
Oh, so it's like combining into a super robot.
Better yet, your magic and other abilities have the potential to change too. It all depends on how your stack is configured.
Huh? Oh, I don't need any action figures when I get to blast out super attacks like a super robot.
Well, just be careful. Stacking doesn't make you invincible. Some of the enemy attacks have the power to unstack you.
In other words, bye-bye super robot, so to speak.
Yowzers. It does sound like bad news.
It's true that we are individually the weaker when we're unstacked, but look on the brighter side. Since we each get our own turn in battle, We can use the extra moves to have one member attack and another the heal. It can be very helpful. Depending on the situation, you might even decide to unstack yourselves by choice. Think carefully and choose the best setup for the job.
Yep. So basically, stacking is an interesting tactical choice. You can get really strong individually with it, but if you want to subdivide out actions, unstacking is very useful because then you have three things with turns, as opposed to just one super turn. Or really, you're choosing between having two, 4, or 6 turns, each of varying strengths. So, yep, smaller goes on top of bigger. Yeah. Let's see. Sense size, middle, yep, the whole thing. You don't ever go to S size, so you will always be middle sized. So you're either large, either in the bottom or the middle of the stack, depending on whether you want which one you want to be. Okay, I cannot do anything with this yet. That sucks. Okay. Yeah. Done. I'll worry about it later.
Depending on your size, you can make different stacks. You won't be allowed to put big things on top of the small things when creating a stack. So, to get on top of a mirage, you need to be in Lilican form. The best way to learn is to try it once you've rounded up a few more mirages. You'll pick it up in no time.
Huh? A dead end?
But there's nowhere else to go. What are we gonna do?
Never the fear! Look closely. This may appear to be a wall, but it's actually a gimme goal.
Is this a mirage too?
Not in the traditional sense of the word. But you'll see these pests all over Grimoire. And unless you give them what they want, they'll give you a hard time and block the way.
So what is it they want?
It really depends on the gimme golem. So the first thing you'll have to do is examine it.
Okay. Yeah,
Gimme!
So where do we find that?
That Choco Chick you just imprisoned ought to be able to track down what we need. But first things first, you're going to have to unlock the right ability on the Choco Chick's Mirage board.
Yep. Special chart, whole bunch of stat boosts. Fun stuff. Yep. Support abilities. Stroll. I guess I just have to deal with this until I get through the tutorial. Interesting. Not what I need, though. So I can just keep all the stuff I know. Does it already have it too? Does it already have this, or do I need to... Don't have enough SP. So we already have it, it's already equipped. I don't need to do any more with it.
Hey, the Choco Chick's come along for a stroll.
Now I gotta just wander around until I find the damn thing, I think. Or not. Is there something else I need to equip? Let me double check that. It's RAM. Custom. Yeah, it says I can choose any of its form, but I just can't do anything with it. Okay. That's a little annoying. Okay.
Gimme!
There we go.
Huh? We found something.
That was just...
Yay! You found it! Now, try examining the Gimme Golem one more at a time.
Oh, there we go.
Gimme, gimme!
Whoa, it vanished.
That's so cool. I guess the Choco Chick found us just the item we needed.
Yep. With the help of a Mirage or the two, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. And Mirage boards are for much the more than unlocking abilities. You can also use them to change your Mirages into new and the powerful forms. So be sure to keep on the leveling up and working on your Mirage boards. Pretty soon you'll be bouncing and the trouncing across Brimmore like a pair of the pros.
Yeah. I just can't wait till I can actually use some powerful team members. Nightmare difficulty. Interesting. EXP, better items. Oh, Coliseum battles won't. But I don't need items. I've already got everything maxed out that I wanted to get maxed out. Huh? I can't get any more read ahead Mirror Jewels. Okay, good to know. Is it just because it won't let me? Or... Let's see. Yeah, I'm sitting on like tons of healing and stuff. Let's see. Yeah. I've got more items than I could probably end up using. Plus all the various mementos. Okay. So I don't need to worry about that. I'm probably never going to get rid of that question mark.
So, Tama, I noticed Mirages disappear when we defeat them. Why is that?
Most of the Mirages you see in Grimoire don't actually technically belong in this world. And so, when one of you guys gives them the old KO, they can't maintain their presence here anymore. They fizzle that out and go back to their own worlds.
Huh. Wait. Now, that's weird. Who was it that told me all this before? Ugh. It's like right there on the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Now what's this?
This is the called a Murkrift. Inside, you're the likely to find Mirages that are, shall we say...
Mirages? Oh man, let's go catch them.
But...
This one's not very cute.
Strange, rare, and very dangerous. Yep. That's a behemoth.
Mon! Why did you... Now what do we do? I tried to tell you. Inside Murkrifts, you're likely to find Mirages that are the strong and dangerous.
You tried to tell us. Try a little harder, please.
It said this won't be a problem. It said maxed out stats. So.
All right! Ow.
They really expect you to lose that, though.
Did you two die already?
What? I died? But that's... no way.
Maybe it's true. That Mirage in the Murkrift did kinda...
Well, I'm still alive.
Yes. That's because someone intervened, right at the moment of your demise, and made it so the battle never happened.
Wow, you can really do that?
Of course. Although Tama's the one who does it.
That's the right! I have the power to rewind time a little, and then to whisk you to safety. Although, it costs me a life to do it, so I hope you don't mind if I rest for a little the while afterwards.
A life?
You might not believe it, but I've actually got multiple lives. Back there, I had to sacrifice one of those lives to turn back time and to save you. You see, this girl with the ribbon that showed up in my dreams. She's the one who taught me how to do it.
That makes zero sense and kind of freaks me out, but Tama, I'm impressed.
Thanks! Oh, but just so you know, I can only use my powers to protect the two of you specifically. And only if you lose a fight, like what happened to you in the Merkrift. Oh, yeah! And I can always recover my lives if you stay here and let me rest a spell. So, don't forget to give me a breather before I run out of second the chances.
Dude, you got it. Say no more. Rest yourself silly.
Yes, sir!
Thanks, Tama. We really owe you one. Especially Lon, who didn't have the good sense to listen before diving in.
So yeah, the in-game explanation for, hey, mechanics, why you get, why you get to come back to life and all that. Kind of fun. This is it. They really took a lot of time to, hey, let's explain and set up this world. Let's try and make a lot of this make sense. It's nice. Oh, okay. But the other thing you have to realize is, they go, hey, if you're near a powerful boss Mirage, you won't be able to do anything. That's game over. So, yep.
Hey, who's that?
Oh, if you mean our new guest, she claims to have gotten herself lost. Go say hello. She's quite the character.
Okay.
The real question is how she got here from the outside world when it's no easy trick. She must have experience crossing between planes.
Okay. When am I gonna get the ability to use Mirages again? That is the question. Well, my own Mirages, I mean.
So, she's over at North Promenade.
I don't think, yeah, my size affects my speed much. I remember, I think I used large Lon for some reason.
Wow. She's so tiny. Is she, what's the word again? Lilican?
Chocobocolina! Oh. Hello, and how are you?
Good. More or less.
You know, what a nice, quiet place.
Oh,
So who are the you?
Oh, you can call me Chocolatte. I seem to have washed up here like a soggy yellow feather in a storm.
huh?
I do have this funny knack for winding up in strange places.
Cool.
All right! Care to shop? I've got the goods. Chocoboco ching!
You know, it's kind of interesting they decided to bring in this character from 13.2. I don't think she shows up in 13. Yeah, no. But in 13.2 and Lightning Returns, she shows up as a shopkeeper. I think there's some weird explanation for it, and I'm blanking on it. But yeah, runs the shop. I don't need anything that's getting sold here, and I had a lot of these for some reason. You know what? Let's stock up on toy hammers. I don't think I'm ever going to use them, but I might as well stock up on them. I have the money. And they're cheap.
Whoa, slow down. What kind of operation is this?
It's called a shop, dear. You're in luck. I find all kinds of stuff as I bounce from point A to point Q. I'm your Choco connection.
Yep. Okay.
So hey, are you ready to head back to Grimoire?
Oh!
too. I don't remember raising you to be such a selfish selfer, Pooh.
Well, I don't remember you the raising me at all.
Who's this?
Oh, hi. I'm just your adorable local wind pixie, aka Seraphie. My hobbies include gossip mongering and, let's see. Oh, I'm good at hoarding things. Yep.
Hoarding?
Hoarding. Why do you think I'm here? You must have tons of prismariums. More than you can handle, right?
Well, we're still working on it.
Uh-huh. You'll have scads of them before long. You're gonna need a place to unload.
Yeah, they are kind of bulky.
Well, who's got you covered? This pixie right here. Enochrome made me a special prism case that lets me keep all your prismariums safe. Just plonk the ones you don't need in and yoink the ones you do need out. All plonking and yoinking must be performed within the confines of 9 Wood Hills or from an alternate location with a suitably strong connection. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions may apply.
Okay.
I'm not sure I caught every single word, but I guess I agree.
Oh yeah, this prismarium belongs to one of my tribe. Treat it with the same boundless love and affection you feel for me.
Okay.
Seraphie's kind of a special the case.
Okay, now I think I'll be able to use all my old stuff. Which should make puzzle solving and most things pretty simple. Okay. Drop on the go. We'll use once. Again, I love how cheeky some of these little tooltips are. Okay. Yep. Same thing. Okay. Wait. So, reduce HP. It's fine. Still, okay. That's fine. More stuff I don't need is just gonna kind of give to me. Okay. I know she's around here somewhere because I do need to switch a bunch of stuff out. Here we go. Prism case.
You here to manage?
Okay. Right. Okay, so what am I gonna do first? I guess I'll just need to find my level 99. Well, most of my level 99s. So I'll need to probably bring some of these. This won't be a bit of a thought process. Unless it ended up doing what I think it did. No, that's definitely... Huh. Well, so I guess I'll grab Ultima. Why not? Sylph is next, but I don't remember using Sylph. Floating Eye is definitely one I used. So I do need to get a large for that stack. No, I need a small. So, I might have been using this one, but don't know. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a what was I using kind of thing. Let's see. Bonnet Berry, no. Ice Bet doesn't look like it. Minimap Toys. Magitech. Imp. Kigoto. That's a Coero. So I guess Sylph was one. Okay. So, since I know one of them I was using a large, let's figure out what that was. Might have been Kyuubi? Could have been Ifrita, Romule. Could have been lots of things. Why is the Tundra King only a silver star? Wancho King... Pillbeard King is not. Mega Night Squall. I don't think that anything. Toad, Holy Dragon, King Bomb, Phoenix, Sandworm. Magitech. I could use the Magitech. I don't. Tar. Cinchos, Titan. Mega Rotor. I mean, I could use Omega. You know what, let's take Omega along. Why not? And then I guess I will grab... Ifrita and Romule. Just... that'll do me pretty well. Okay, let's then set up my stacks. So, short one. Okay, let's do that. We'll use Sylph, and then... let's see, I'm gonna lose a little bit of defense with this. Stability weak, stability average. Let's do that. That works for me. Tama, for you, I guess. I kinda want to use Omega, so let's do that for that. For you, need Floating Eye, and since I guess I'll just do that, we'll put Sylph up there because Tama's on. I only have one medium. Oh, okay. I'm gonna need to grab another medium. That is that is an oversight on my part.
You here to...
Yeah, extra larges are a weird case, so we'll get that later. White Chocobo, don't need it. Carbuncle, don't recall using it. Princess Goblin is a thought. You know what? Let's sort by size. I can kind of work with that. Yeah, I think I ended up using a lot of story Chocobos. These aren't story Mirages. Because some of these just don't seem to be where I like them to be. Vampire is a choice. Flan, Spark Dragon. Use Gilgamesh. But... don't really use Dual Lizard. Horde Skull. Let's go with you for now. So I now have something to throw in that stack. Okay, good stability. Normally I'd want to go for higher stability, but, you know, doesn't always an option. Oh! Why does Tama have so many points? Do I have to re-unlock everything? Because that sucks. Kinda. I mean, I have the points, so doesn't matter. I definitely have the things for it. Strength Plus, Joyride. Yep, more stat improvements because sync bonus. I can't. Huh? Oh, okay. I gotta figure out what I was using. Crap. Huh? That is a thought I will deal with later. Well, not later, but I want to just... So, since they clearly took all my stuff away. Do I need Libra on? I don't think I do. Yeah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't need that. Let's put accuracy on Rain. Critical plus, sure. Curaga, because it's always nice to have. He's also slightly better in magic, so yeah. Flare sounds like it's good to have. I don't think Faith is a... I forget if Faith is damage or buff in this. It's always hard to tell sometimes. A bunch of resistances, that's fine. Death isn't gonna help me. Siphon. Treasure Hunter might be something, but I don't think I specifically need it. Ultima. Ultima is always a good power to have. Okay, so it gets Rafus Fort Enhanced Cure. Beat Russian Strength Plus. Flourish of Steel and Enhanced Thunder. Dispel Innocent D. Yeah, these are character specific. Spitting Edge, Cornered Beast. Manifont and Strategic PvP. Riot Blade and SOS Magic Boost. Yeah, let's go with Riot Blade. Okay, so what am I going to give Lon? Spiral Cut, Enhanced Water, doesn't need that. Guardus, Shift Break. Furia, and Ultima 1 and Conserve item. Zack is Slash Fury and Strength Plus Plus. Yeah, let's go with that. Wait. Oh, it changes their model. That's fun. You know, I'm okay with it. So, I can only have one of those equipped, but I will... I don't have a specific problem with it, so we'll just... Yeah, that's fine. That'll be fine. I guess we'll put Blizzaga on, because having a Blizzard spell at will is nice. One Thundaga on. I should probably put this on Rain, but Faith. Agility plus plus is not really required. Arise. There we go. Now is it going to let me buy that, or am I still SOL? Okay, I've got to discard it. So can I discard from the menu? Here we go. Oh yes, I can. Okay, good. So since it's going to give me a resist plus plus, or whatever it is, it's a resist something. Oh, it's a resist all. That's what it was. All resistance is plus. I can discard it. And then, you know, just get a new one. It doesn't matter. The main reason I want that is to master it to get a balance. Banishira, inflict magical light damage, restore stability, prevent HP from dropping, greatly raise magic, use life resistance. Let's go with Banishira. Sure. That's fine. I mean, yeah, it tells me this, but it reset it from last time I played, so... because again, Thomas 99, there'd be no reason for to not be maxed on Mirages. So it's kind of weird that you have lingering SP though. Still, probably should have picked up something that has Joyride or whatever.
Anyway, I think you should be able to manage on your own from here.
You mean you're leaving us?
Yes, you handle things now.
Oh, okay. Either will.
It's cool. I'll lock this place down tighter than a Marlboro's bottle of mouthwash. That's a Seraphy guarantee.
Huh?
But where are you going now? Oh, well, somewhere
What
else,
do you
of course.
mean?
Yeah, that's not exactly very helpful.
Awesome.
Look, we really need to ask you so many things.
No, you'll figure it out. I can't do everything for you now.
Everything? But you've barely done anything.
Besides, every world has its own rules. Like water dousing fire, and light banishing darkness.
I think that's just called science.
Well, I designed mine to be so completely unbreakable that even I can't undo them.
Undo what?
The rules.
You're bad at explaining.
You're saying you can't help because that violates the rules of the world or something?
Exactly.
But why is that? I mean, come on. Just who do you think you are?
Me? Oh, well... I'm God.
Hasta la vista.
She's gone.
Dude.
I guess we can't necessarily rule it out, but for somebody calling the cosmic shots, she seems kind of sub-benevolent.
Well, that's Anna Crow for you, so get used to it.
So, she really is God?
Beats me. Anna Crow is Anna Crow, wouldn't you say?
Pretty the much.
Thanks for clearing it up.
Yep. Yeah. Leave things right where they want to, like right where they want to. Okay, I can speed things up, hold R1, and skip altogether. And of course, the problem with skipping, if you skip everything, you have no idea what's going on. So, you know, again, I could speed through it. I'm not going to. I want to re-experience the story more so than experience, enjoy it, you know. Have this in a way that other people can enjoy it too. So it's gonna, of course, pop it out every time because it's with how I'm streaming this through the PS4 and all this sort of thing. It's gonna pop it out and do that every time it wants me to save. So let's just travel, go through areas. I do find it amusing that. Control is a few for long haul. Okay. The GPM pace. Yep. No effect for combat. Use whatever you want.
Well, that certainly cost us a chunk of time.
Here we go.
And whose fault is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Fast forward in battles. I can auto battle, but it doesn't really matter. Manual targeting. Don't need to worry about it. Okay. Can I do something with this? Right. I'm not allowed to Mega Mirage yet. Again, I'm doing so much more damage than these things have health. So, yeah, I know this isn't my normal team because, you know, they're not all maxed out. It'd be weird for me to have some things maxed out. Between all participating running members, didn't fight, still received 8%. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, I want names.
But yeah, random battles kind of kicking now, where they didn't in the tutorial. So, of course, I'm also much more powerful. So.
This won't take long.
No kid gloves for you.
Speaking of which, I do love the battle themes. This is a remix of the F6s, I think.
Oh, great!
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy that song, like that soundtrack and all that stuff. So, okay. You know what? Well, I'm thinking on it. Since I clearly don't have the Mirror Jewel read ahead, I should probably pick it up and see what it does. You know, I did put some things on there that I was just like, yeah, why not? I don't need Thunder if I have Thundara and Thundaga, so. What does this read ahead do? Come on, let me pick it up. There we go. Champion Jewels, that's fine. Okay. Okay, read ahead. That doesn't tell me anything. Whatever. Sure. Now I can look it up here, I guess. Where? So. Oh. Okay, decreases enemy encounters. That's what that does. Cool. I don't care. I'm gonna take it off now. But let's throw something else on here. Since I don't need the accuracy. Let's see, Benashira's light, so that might be good to have. So let me think. Quake. Oh, Quake's pretty powerful, I think. Yeah, but it doesn't have upgrades. That might be nice to do. You know what, let's just take Banashira and call that good. Wait a second. Oh, right, they don't have Mirage Force, they don't master. That's why they don't have Start. I'm good. I'm good. Don't need to dive back into that yet.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
Let's make this quick.
I guess it's switching between the two because they're in the champion states. Okay, that's why I'm getting... I might take those off at some point.
No trouble at all.
I could... what I'm doing could certainly be considered bullying. And they really can't do anything to stop me. Well, anyway.
Lon, don't touch it this time.
Level 26.
I know. But could we see all this stuff before?
Now that you've fought that thing the once, you can see all its information. And if you happen to know some Libra magic, you can peep at its data before you even jump in. Very good thing to keep in the mind.
Got it.
Yep. Very good thing to keep in the mind, Lon.
Why are you repeating it? And just for my sake?
Yeah, this game... They really did, you know, do things. Anyway, let's drop out. Let's win the fight again. So.
Do your worst.
I'm ready when you are.
Yep. I hit defend on.
That was a good fight.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I know I have a behemoth, I just don't... I should have a behemoth. Let's see. Is there something I can look for that? Oh, probably not here. That's fine. Let's get out of here. So that's the end of the tutorial.
Chapter 2. Foretold by Prophecy.
Yeah, they really went above and beyond to go anime with that opening, which is fine. Like, I enjoy it for what they did, but still, it's very much a... Oh,
hey, sis, is that tutorial. A town over there at the end of the bridge?
Yeah, and I don't know why, but something about it takes me back.
Huh? Oh.
So, you think we're supposed to get on?
Absolutely! All the aboard!
Whoa, dude!
Yep. Okay.
Oh, hey sis, let's park it here.
Sure.
Hi. They're so tiny.
Whoa, pluck my needles. I don't know how long it's been since we've had new passengers.
Huh?
Right, tickets, please.
A mirage?
What? It talks?
Oh, I indeedly needly am a mirage. But I'm also the train conductor, so... tickets, please.
The conductor? All right. If Tama can talk, then why not?
But the train tickets that we need...
Are right here.
Right the hell?
Wow, semi-lifetime passes, eh? Haven't feasted my eyes on one of these in a swell spell. Right then, pleasant journey.
Where did those tickets come from?
Crow made sure I was provided with everything we could ever need. Yep.
Okay then.
So why a
Convenient plot
semi-lifetime
device.
pass? And not a lifetime one?
That is always a great question. These little observations that makes this game just fun. That's why these two are fun characters. Of course, you have to have a full screenshot of the cactar.
Wow, this place rules.
Yeah, it's like something right out of a fantasy.
Hey, Tama, why don't you hitch a ride?
Roger the Dodger.
Pardon.
Huh?
If I may ask, would you be kind enough to tell me what country you hail from?
Oh, us? We're,
Mirage is from the Bahamutian army!
Bahamu? What's a Bahama?
Well, the Bahamutian Federation has a whole army of mirages in their employ.
huh? Someone's made a whole army out of them?
Sounds just fine by me. Line them up nice and neat for us, so we can round them up.
Huh? Hey, wait up! Lon!
All right, you Bahamus. What's your beef, huh?
You can make it sound like they're made of beef.
Yeah, Lon. Don't you know what's at stake?
Okay, so they don't have anything shortcutted right now. Let's say, I guess Blaze is weaker, probably. We could do Firaga. Ultima is all okay. Riot Blade is single. Let's Riot Blade something.
This is it.
It's gonna be way overkill, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then fast forward the turn. Let's see what the Foxfire. Where is? I guess Slash Fury was the other thing. Yeah.
Better watch out. Gotcha. In prison.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Whoa! What the? What just happened? why wasn't I able to imprison that mirage?
Didn't you see the light that's surrounding it? That means it's the beholden to another keeper.
The what? B.O.? They smell?
No! What I mean is, the mirage already has another the master. So until you give their boss the old heave the hoe, you won't be able to claim it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the old Pokemon. Yep, you can't catch a Pokemon already got problem. Being master of exchange, allowing you problem, of course, finding master.
Oh, fire whoever wrote that little hook in.
Ron, Ixnay on the fourth wall stuff.
Giants.
Oh, whoops.
Are they Bahamutian soldiers?
But they drove the mirages off for us.
It's just like the prophecy, word for word.
But which one?
Well, we know how it ends.
Please, may I speak with you?
Huh?
Oh, sure.
Yep.
The two of you. You've traveled here from another world.
Oh, well, I mean...
Actually, I think you're pretty much spot on. And we're Mirage Keepers, too.
Lon, don't tell her.
Why not? Face it, we're too awesome to try and hide it. I'm like exuding all over.
Lon, you don't even know what exude means.
There is someone who would like to have a word with you. Could you possibly stop by Castle Cornelia?
So let's find this Casa Cornelius place. Doesn't Casa mean up? It's gotta be higher up.
Well, you've got the direction correct. Even if the rest of that was completely off the base.
That woman must be important if she's... That woman must be important if she's inviting us to the castle.
Well, as I live and breathe, I've been around for quite a long time.
That woman must be important if she's inviting us to the castle.
There we go.
What's up, guys? Nice armor.
Leave them alone, please.
Lots of silliness in this game.
Thank you for coming. Welcome to the Kingdom of Cornelia. I am Princess Sarah.
Which is FF1.
Wait, you're like a princess?
We had no idea. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry Lon acted like such a royal idiot.
I'm not royal.
Oh, and I'm his older sister, Rain. It's an honor.
Please forgive the ruse. At first I suspected that you might be agents sent here by Bahamut. I was wrong. You stood up bravely against their mirages and kept our town safe. All of Cornelia thanks you.
Oh, I wouldn't say we were that brave. Really.
Stop, you're so modest. Still, the fact of the matter is, we didn't do anything all that outstanding.
Yeah, we're more the in-standing types.
Huh? I'm pretty sure that in-standing isn't an actual the word.
Oh, forgive me. It's just so hard to believe that you two are the stuff of prophecies.
Prophecies? Oh, that's right. I think I heard the townsfolk going on about some kind of prophecy too.
Oh, I am sorry. If you will permit me, I will explain it from the beginning. You see, Cornelia is an unfederated state midway up Grimoire.
Unfederated?
Yes. Let me explain that as well. The majority of Grimoire's countries and municipalities have annexed themselves to the Bahamutian Federation under the rule of Brandalis, the Herald King. Cornelia, however, has continued to maintain its sovereignty. The Federation has made attempts to erode this stance countless times, but we have held our ground, and now Bahamut has taken to armed provocation.
You mean like that Mirage attack before?
Yes.
So where does this prophecy factor in?
The Azure Prophecy speaks of a divergence. When time begins its march anew, they shall return as visitors. Giants from the hills of a world not our own. Upon Grimoire, They will wreak two divergent futures. One that brings salvation, and the other ruin. An enigma to confound even the highest mind.
The Giants may wreak two futures?
Reek, huh? Oh, man! Tama, this prophecy's about you!
What are you even talking about? There's nothing wrong with the way I smell! You big the dummy!
Well, at least I'm dumber than you!
I'm sorry, Your Highness. I'm afraid there's just no hope for them. So, the Giants from the hills, as in Ninewood Hills? I guess it's one of those believe what you want to things, but yeah, so far, it does seem to match up. Do you mind if I ask you a slightly awkward question? If this Federation is really so terrible, why have so many countries agreed to become members?
Most of the Mirages in Grimoire, not all, but certainly most of them, are now firmly under the Federation's control. With such a powerful army behind them, citizens can go about their lives without fearing the Mirages that still roam free.
Dude, they control that many Mirages? Seriously?
Yes! Dude.
Whoa.
King Brandalis' herald lieutenants, known as Sigwardus and Pelennor, command all of Grimoire's Mirages with the same authority as the famous Queen of the Keepers of ages past.
So there was a Queen of the Keepers? Sounds like she was pretty powerful.
Yes, but that was more than a century ago.
So, sorry for the string of dumb questions, but if the Federation can guarantee that kind of absolute protection, wouldn't it be worthwhile to take them up on their offer?
It may seem wise, but you see, membership in the Federation involves following their laws, and adoption of a heinous creed. It chills me, right to the marrow of my bones.
That bad?
Yes. I beg you, see for yourselves. Once you have done so, well, you will understand.
All right then.
Now then, may I ask what the two of you intend to do next?
Well, whatever's going on out there, the only thing we can do right now is just keep rounding up more Mirages, am I right?
Oh?
Apparently, at one time we commanded a whole legion of them. But somehow, we lost them along with our memories. So, we're hoping by getting the Mirages back, we might stumble on some clues about our past.
That's right. So if Mirages like those goblins are bugging you, we can lay down the smack.
Lay down the what?
I think what he's trying to say is we'll help you out, or at least in the best way we know how.
Oh, wonderful. You have my thanks. Mine and all Cornelia's.
Still, if we're going to be any help, don't you think we need to beef up our arsenal first? 'Cause we can't put up much of a fight without some strong Mirages.
Good point. Princess, do you know of any nearby places where strong Mirages live?
Certainly. If you travel to the northeast of Cornelia, you'll find the Nether Nebula, a network of caverns inhabited by many wild Mirages.
Ooh, nice.
Not at all. Savage Mirages have been sighted in the nebula. You may well end up dead.
That's cool.
If you insist upon going, then please take the utmost caution.
He will, Your Highness. Otherwise, he's gonna be extremely sorry.
Wait a minute, why just me? What did I do?
Yep. So, again, there's a lot of exposition going on. Lots of talking. So, I'm really this is really just kind of a chill, me play, not a lot of talking kind of thing for most of it. But yeah, a lot of this is FF1. Like, a lot of this leads is very much reminiscent of FF1, and there's a lot of other references
It looks
to the other
like
FFs.
we'll need to wind our way down to reach the exit.
Seems that way. What a funny way to build a town.
Oh, it's not that strange to the people of Grimoire. Hey, while we're here, why don't we ask around town and just see what we can find out?
Oh, say, you wouldn't happen to be the Giants from the hills by any chance, would you? You see, there's a situation I'm dealing with where I could really use your assistance, since you must know Mirages so well. Could I trouble you to please bring me an Earth Hammer? If you could, I would...
Yeah, I think I have everything. I can believe that. Yep.
Oh, you really brought me an Earth Hammer. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. Now I can ensure my helmet is always in tip-top condition. I can't stand unsightly dents. I know it isn't much, but please accept this as a token of my thanks.
Yep, free stuff. Okay, so I don't...
I knew it! So giants really can make themselves big or small whenever they want. If I became a giant, could I make myself big or small too?
Not sure that works that way, but okay.
Now, quit racing about before you trip and break your neck.
Yep. I love that they did put so much effort into voice acting in this game.
If we cooperated with other powerful countries, those Federation goons probably wouldn't attack us anymore. Come to think of it, our neighbors in Saronia also stand against the Federation. Then again, if we joined forces with another country, we'd just become even more obvious targets. Makes it tough for the princess to reach out. I wonder if there aren't any powerful countries or organizations out there that we could ask for help.
So the giants from the hills weren't just a legend after all. Wowzers! That would mean, according to the prophecy... who cares about prophecies? The important thing is, wowzers!
That's such a weird series of statements to make.
You have to marvel at the princess's stubbornness. After all, joining the Federation would guarantee her kingdom's safety and prosperity. Of course, you won't catch me going along with the Federation either. That's the whole reason I left my hometown to come here.
Yep.
Many people who stand opposed to the Federation have abandoned their hometowns and fled here to Cornelia. Do you think that could be the reason that the Bahamutian army has become so much more aggressive lately?
I mean, I would say probably. If you're gonna, if people are running from your country at that point and you're a large authoritarian expansive force, then yeah, you're gonna want to do what you can to shut that sort of thing down.
You know what I can't wrap my head around? There are actually people out there who've agreed to go along with those Federation tyrants. I don't know why anyone even trusts what they have to say.
Yep. Okay.
Huh? What's this thing?
Oh, I was hoping a path might link me up here.
Hey, Tama!
Wait up!
Yep. They really want me to do things with Nightmare.
We're back in Ninewood Hills?
You see, the gate here doesn't connect to just the area. All throughout Grimoire, you'll find places. Save the locations that lead back here. Open the way to come and go as you please.
And how exactly do we do that?
You already saw. Just walk up to the right place, and that's all it takes.
But surely a means of transportation that handy must come with a catch?
No, the catch! You can use the gate as little or much as you like. What's more, time in here and time in Grimoire, they don't both flow at the same speed. So whatever crisis is going down, you can put it on hold and kick back here till you're ready.
Whoa! It's like magic!
Yeah, really irresponsible magic.
Just imagine revisiting any place we've been. Call it the Super Porta Party.
Are you kidding? That name definitely gets an F.
He deserves an H.
An H? But grades only go down to F.
Extra, extra. Read all about it.
What do you here, Seraphie?
In case you're wondering, you can use the prism case anywhere you find one of these gates.
Oh, I think I would get it now. Gates are what you meant when you talked about a strong connection.
Huh? Oh, right. That's the gist of it.
Yep. Gates laid set of things. Okay. Oh, exit gates for getting out of dungeons. So, yep, okay. So, you know. Adventure log, whole thing. Mini adventures, quests, and errands. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure most of the mini adventures I can satisfy. Yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about on top.
To the Nether Nebula.
Yeah, let's get going.
Chocobo feathers! You scared me! You're not with the Bahamutian army, are you? You see, the Bahamutian soldiers are all giants like you.
Did you know that train is used to carry wood from the forest? Not only that, mages in training use it all the time too.
Yep. I got lots of fun little world, Elisa. Another save point. In here, yeah. AP. Oh, why would that be glowing? That restored normally at the start of every fight, but I guess not. 50, save progress. I'll be fine. Nothing can hurt me. So.
Chapter 3. Old acquaintances.
So, yeah, okay. Gates, crystals, nearby mirages.
She said the Nether Nebula is somewhere northeast of Cornelia, right?
Time to go hustle and rustle a little mirage muscle.
Just don't hustle so much that you get yourself lost, okay? I might just leave you there.
That
When's the last time I got...
Don't push it.
Okay.
More potions. I will not need those. Also, again, a place right out of town.
Be careful. The mirages in here are a lot stronger than any you faced before.
Yeah, let's not mess around in the Never Nebba thinganabob.
Nether Nebula. Do you think you can do something about that habit of forgetting the name of virtually everything?
Oh, here's another gate.
That's the right. Gates that usually turn up in towns or at the start of most mirage-infested areas. You never have to travel far to visit a place you've been. Whenever you want to get from point the A to point the B, just use the gate as a handy little shortcut.
A shortcut, huh?
So, like, if we wanted to go back to Cornelia right this instant, we could just take this gate back to Ninewood Hills, then we can take the gate from there to Cornelia. You see? All in all, it makes for a pretty short shortcut.
Yeah! If it were hair, you'd have to call it... You'd have to call it a buzz cut!
Okay.
Yeah, Lan says a lot of stupid things like that. Mirror jewels, detect for something distance. These levels, you unlock more slots. Equip up to 8. Yep. Make the difference. Okay. Yeah, because normally it works by combining spells. Like if you had...
Man, I love a good adventure. Come on, sis. Let's follow this rabbit hole as far as it goes.
Yeah, fine.
But like the way it works is if you had 2 mirages with fire...
Don't let your guard down
just
because we're stronger.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
And then, you know, the same thing works. Like if you had a Fira, if you had 2 Firas, that would combine into Firaga, and so on and so forth. So, use the jewels to augment that by giving the base abilities to Rain and Lan to then have something that matches up with what they do.
Yeah, fine. Just behave yourself.
Oh, okay. I thought I would go back there. I can't. That's fine. I wonder, do I have every little piece I need for getting around here? I think I do.
Let's
Let's make this quick.
Do your worst.
Because I know I need some puzzle solving for... I need puzzle solving sets.
You did it!
Don't know
Victory!
That's what I need. I know I have a flying type. I don't know if I have the... I'll probably be okay. Anyway. Let's get back on Omega. Start stomping around.
This dungeon is way more dungeony than I thought.
Did you know that originally, dungeon referred to the biggest tower in a castle? It's what they called the castle keep.
How long has it been since I've heard Rain go off on one of her educational rants? She must be pretty upset. This won't take long.
No kid gloves for you.
I think I get a little bit back, so let's just... We're all going right now. Yep. 180 XP. Doesn't mean much when I need so much EXP to level at this point.
Why is that?
The more upset she gets, the more she tries to cover it up by spouting random trivia.
You know where the word trivia comes from?
Sis, I think we're good.
Sleekstone. Don't... for that. Yeah. Or at all. But...
Don't let your guard down just because we're stronger.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
I'm just gonna stand attack through and see what happens. Mainly because I need to rebuild AP. Yeah, I'm getting one back at two. No, I'm getting... I have to get more when I kill them.
Good job.
I'm just using attack. Okay. It's a whole lot of me trying to remember little facts about the combat system.
Gimme!
Sleekstone. Grab the Sleekstone. Yeah, really wanted to make sure you're opening treasure chests. And since I can't walk off most platforms, well, since I'm probably going to need what's down there. Oh, it's a potion. That's not most helpful, but...
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
Let's make this quick.
Yeah, I'm not feeling super enthused about this blaster. But... well, you know, using spells. Oh, hey! Starting to topple. No.
No trouble at all.
Predictable.
Okay. So, I might have to worry about getting toppled, but... it's not a big problem. I want to get the other treasures. So I ended up being in the right spot with, by going after treasures, which excluded me from other treasure.
This won't take long.
No kid gloves for you.
Huh. Okay. Here we go.
We did it!
Good job.
Can't wait till I can just bring out Ultima again, but I forget when they tell me about Mega Mirages. Or maybe it'll let me do it now. I don't know. I'll have to. I might try and see if I can summon again. I know it wasn't letting me do it earlier, so.
Now, go for it!
Prize!
Oh, preemptive. Fun. Yeah, still don't have regular eyes to put them off, so. I bring them along, but I can't use them. Which is a bummer, but it is what it is.
That wasn't so bad.
Okay. Kinda sucks that it forces me off of ride Mirages for that kind of thing. But I think I'm only ever so slightly faster.
What's this for?
It's a strange switch that the response to mirages. The mirages you imprisoned inside these caves should be able to help you out.
Yeah, puzzle switches. Weight and elemental resistance. Five or greater, earth resistance 50 or greater. Okay. Where's my earth? So the earth is that. So Tama, you are not. So that's that. But I don't have any earth, I don't think. Omega's only 25. Yeah, so I'll need to go. So I would need to go grab some earth. Which is annoying. Okay, gotta run back. Little frustrating. And again, I could have. There's so many earth things around here, but I don't. Again, I don't want to grab new Mirages, which.
Sorry,
kind of
this
defeats the
might
point.
not end well for you.
Let's make this quick.
All right.
It's gonna be a while before I have to worry about damage. Still, I didn't. It's just again, it's a lot of things I don't remember, which is slowing me down. I can't imagine.
Opportunity knocks.
Gotcha!
I can't imagine like a speed run for this game. It's like, oh, you need to have these many mirages.
That was a
these
good
mirages that can satisfy all these conditions. Okay. Yep. Switch out because I need to get some earth. Switch out, but you know what I mean. Let's grab some earth-based ones. At least an earth-based one. No, there we go. So you've got some earth. That doesn't help me a ton. Let's see. I could grab Mecha Chocobo and he satisfies pretty much all those conditions. Marlboro does as well. The Mistral Giant does. So that's... Let's grab Chivalry too. So I really should just look through for resistances on most of these. I should be okay on everything else for now, though. I don't recall there being a large amount of those, but there's enough. There's enough for me to consider it. We'll grab the Mithril Giant just for safety. More Mirages I'm not going to use, but gotta run back to where I'm going.
This won't take long. All right.
Predictable.
Let's make this quick.
Do your worst.
Okay. More just less. I really probably should use the gem or switch to Nightmare.
Well, that ought to do it.
Oh, yeah!
You know what? Let's see what it's got in store for me, actually. Where is the difficult? There we go. It's difficulties at the bottom. Okay. Throw it on Nightmare. See how this works out for me. Again, most of my stack is max level, max equipped, all that stuff. So, shouldn't have a problem, but again, I could be horribly wrong and get my butt kicked. But that's kind of the point of it, isn't it? To see what I'm up against. I will most definitely turn it off before the boss, because again, I'm not
No kid gloves for you.
This won't take long.
super enthused in fighting an overpowered enemy. Nope, they still pop. Yep. They aren't popping quite as hard, but they still pop. 192. That's a sizable increase in their damage. They can actually hurt me. Ah.
All right.
Victory!
That's also a sizable increase in their EX fair. Oh, this is much faster. Come on, let me down. They make ledges such a pain in this. It's like, oh, you know, most other games the hitbox would be pretty wide and easy to hit. Not so much in this.
Don't let your guard down just because we're stronger.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
That is a large group. So I think what I'm gonna do is okay, I've got a so Faith is a Faith is a buff. Faith is a buff, fine, okay. And Ashira is that. Tremor. Medium double strength. You know what, let's do Wave Cannon. It is a bit powerful, but okay, maybe it's overkill. Yeah! That was Omega's specific ability, so.
That was a good fight.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah! That was probably more than I needed to. Still, all this extra money and EXP should make things easier. Yeah, I know later on I have to deal with things in weight ranges, and it's a whole look it up, figure out a plan. You know, now that I think about it, I just need to do this. Since you are weight 5, things I shouldn't have yet, but again. For rare puzzles.
A new path. Check out that switchcraft.
Now we know which way to the go.
Whichever one of you thinks you're being clever is about to get a Knuckles sand switch.
Ugh. Did I just get owned?
I'm the raising the white flag here too.
Yeah, this game has a lot of stupid puns like that. So I guess if you cannot, you know, stand that, then see. Oh, easy. Again. So you are 25. That's fine. Mithril Giant's is also only 50. Anyway, that's fine. I don't need to worry about it too much because I can just Metal Chocobo. Why do I use a silver and not that? And then I know at least one of you had some earth, didn't you? It's light. I guess I don't. Shit. Well, that's fine. I thought I did, though. I think that was only extra stuff, though, so I don't need it, per se.
Now, go for it!
Surprise!
What are we gonna do with you? Crimson Cyclone. Ultimate will drain me. It absolutely will. Holy is single target. Yeah, these are stacked up abilities. What's Ultima?
Alright!
Yeah, so I'm actually getting some decent experience and stuff for this. I might as well keep going, but...
Oh, that? I guess Inna Crow's trying to give you some tips.
Dude, really? And here I thought I was some kind of super genius coming up with all the answers on my own.
I hate to break it to you, but you will never be that person.
I know. It's so sad.
Whoa, hey now, come on. You don't have to look that broken-hearted when you say it.
Again, I do love that they went, hey, here's this whole explanation for how you know these things and all this jazz. They kind of really went out of their way for it. Huh? I guess I already had that Mirage that solved that problem. Yep. Thama can fly, but she's not going to carry anyone else. That's what it is.
Whoa, what's it?
No, again, that's why I keep this thing in there. So I think this is all just extra loot as well.
Flying sure it...
Did you just accidentally come up with a haiku? And who says boy oh boy?
Huh, kinda interrupted it. At least I think that's what this is extra loot.
Hey!
Oh,
They're
no.
sneaking up on us?
You kidding me?
Actually doing damage to me. That's fine. Huh. Okay, when they're stacked, they can survive. Yeah, that's why I don't want to deal with bosses like this. Or maybe this area is just higher level.
Well, that ought to do it.
Oh, wait!
I mean, it feels like it might be. But again, I haven't been paying that much attention on things, so... on it, so I could just be wrong. But it does feel very swingy.
Oh, please, piece of
Don't let your guard down just because we're stronger.
So the game still thinks I out-leveled them. And that is certainly true. But that doesn't mean I'm out of danger completely. That affected my stack strength. There we go. Oh, that's why I forgot. This one's doing ice and targeting my ice feet on me. Ice spikes. Does that have an ability for it or something? Probably.
That was a good fight.
Oh, yeah!
Chivalry leveled up. Great. Yeah, kinda messed me up. Oh. Interesting. Oh, I can switch these things out and do stuff with it. Okay. Prism to... Did you put a prism on things? I don't know. Don't know. But what I want to deal with... Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Cure that up a bit. I think I want to do another cure. Can't do that just yet. So, stack. Curaga kind of makes that pointless that I just, you know, used Cure. Whatever. Ooh, Mega Potion. It is what it is. Can't do much.
This won't take long.
No kid gloves for you.
Oh no. Oh, resisted. Oh right, it's Earth. Glowstone should be toppled, isn't it? No? Okay. You know, the question I really have is if Nightmare's kind of a multiplier on the enemy stats,
so
and
bad.
it scales across the whole game or whatnot. I wouldn't want to fight the super bosses or anything on Nightmare. That would not be fun. But I mean, they'd have to, across the board, power everything up at least somewhat. Though at the end of the game, when things are like 70 to 90, that's gonna be kind of crazy on Nightmare. I don't recall there being a Nightmare feature last time I played. Well, I guess they've been still doing some minor things.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's not the good. This is the called a threshold. Mirages that create them to mark their territory. When you see a threshold, you better watch out because the mirages inside are extremely powerful. And the worst part, if you cross it and lose a fight the inside, I can't use my powers to rewind time and extricate you.
No extrication? Guess we'd better be extra careful then.
Anyway, it sounds like if we're going in, we better go in fully prepared.
That's the for sure. And don't forget to save your progress, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thresholds. You go in, you game over. If you lose. So. You also can't imprison anything in there, but after you do that, you know. You're fine. Okay, save. It's gonna hide everything because it doesn't want to show save statuses. That's fine. And back. Okay. Let's see what happens. This is gonna be very dumb.
What the honk?
Be careful!
Oh, I expected some foolhardy adventurer with a terminal case of curiosity.
What's this?
Well, look who's back.
Ah, the half-pints. Hail and well met.
Hail and well met? That's not our names!
I think he just means hello. Oh, and for the record, he happens to be a half-wit and a half-pint.
You haven't changed a bit.
Huh? What's so funny?
Oh, you're having a lawn moment. Guess I'll just add this one to the pile.
Wait, what pile? There's a pile?
Apparently, we've met the three of you before, although we don't remember it.
You do not remember us?
Really? No wonder they haven't summoned us.
Then our course of action is clear. We must ensure the pecking order is pecking in the right order. If you seek to command the three of us again, then demonstrate your strength now or else be destroyed!
Hold now. Why must you two always let the blood rush to your head?
What do you mean?
Would you just look at them? These are not the Mirage Keepers we knew.
Hi. You're right. They do look rather... How do I put it?
Put what?
Mon does set the bar low.
Like Limbo the Barlow.
Huh? Ah, I see.
See what?
Very well. What say we pit them against just one of us, to keep things nice and fair?
Agreed then. Go on. Choose from among us and choose wisely.
Choose for what?
Time certainly has not made you any more clever.
What we're trying to say is, the two of you are no match for all three of us at once. Which means...
Right, I get it. Thanks. Now, let's see.
Huh? Wait, get what?
I think I'm weak to Shiva, so let's go with Ramu. Wait. I have immunity to fire, but let's go with Ramu, because I should be able to do the most
Twould be
damage.
foolhardy to challenge me. My judgment bolt strikes with such force it would shatter your very soul.
Again, this is a bunch of nightmare experimentation. There's a good chance I'm gonna lose this fight.
Watch it. For an old guy, he looks pretty tough.
Dude, tough doesn't even begin to describe it.
Be careful. Remember, we're still the inside their threshold.
Okay, so I could hit him with flare. Interesting. Ooh, I could also throw holy. You know what? Let's throw flare.
Come on.
See what happens. 22,000 damage. Not bad. Okay, yeah, no, we're fine. We are fine. I could do missile, but I think what I want to do... Let's throw Blizzaga on him. 7,000. Okay, not enough.
I was hoping to let off a few sparks.
Not to kill, but I don't... This is gonna hurt, but I think I can survive. Okay, yeah, we're okay. I'm still way over the threshold of power for this. Well, so let's just give him a regular attack, see where that puts us. That was more than Blizzaga.
Well, that ought to do it.
Good job.
Okay. So, noted. Got some levels on some stuff, that's good. Armagem, Mega Phoenix. So, simple enough.
Enough. I have seen my fill for one day.
That was fun, for what it was.
A shame the two of you have so much growing up to do.
Quiet, you! I'm a Hulk waiting to happen.
So long. We shall meet again.
Well, our paths may cross before you know it.
Bye-bye for now.
Huh? What's this?
A Prismarium, duh.
I know it's a Prismarium, dummy.
You didn't manage to imprison those tough mirages, but it looks though like they gave you this Prismarium from the same tribe as a consolation prize.
I see. I guess we made the grade then.
Yep. So you basically get to choose between one of the three there, so. And it can go either into Ramu or Ramule. You can do some fun stuff with that. But, again, kind of forces it on me. So. Transfiguring, yep. More powerful Mirage back again. Just keeps all the spaces unlocked. We still have to just be more powerful than a regular chocobo. Mm-hmm. Form into any form and size you reach, but you can only do it at the case. Or your gate, or use a Seraphim. Okay, yep. Some things aren't shared. Yeah, I love because they just go, hey, here's this thing. It's like, no, it's not a thing. They had fun with these tutorials. It's great. This whole page is just kind of a joke. Yep, Dama with tail laser. It's just like, eye laser sounds like a fun idea first, and then just like, no. That would hurt the eyes.
The mirages of the nebula have been set free. And once again, time resumes its march.
And now, the plot thickens.
We better make our way back to Cornelia before the Bahamutians get any funny ideas.
We gotta go all the way back.
You can head to Ninewood Hills right now if you want to.
Huh?
Now that the boss has been bested, I can make you an exit gate right here and now. It'll take you back to Ninewood Hills, and from there, Cornelia's easy.
Thanks to the buzz cut. I remember.
You don't get shortcuts much shorter than a buzz cut. Wait! Unless you buzz the buzz cut, and then what have you got?
I think at that point, you call it a bolt cut.
Yep, more puns. Just silliness. But again, we got a bit to go before things start getting real heavy. We're still in the lighthearted, fun part of the game, but it's on. Oh, we're gonna keep going. No, I got a little under an hour left to play me right now for this, so we'll see where this takes us. Maybe we'll get to the next boss, but I'm not too sure on that one. As I said, this is a long game. It took me 90 hours to get all the stuff up to where I was.
Chapter 4. A legendary warrior.
But I am
Okay,
cruising
then.
along through that.
Let's check in with Princess Sarah.
It's the Bahamutian army!
What? They're here already?
Interesting. That's such a needlessly complicated weapon. All these moving parts. Does it accomplish much doing that? I don't know, but I guess it looks cool.
Rain! Long! Perfect timing! We were actually just on our way to see you.
If they've established a camp near our gates, then clearly they must intend to finish us once and for all.
So what now?
Seems to me we're going to have to nip this little problem in the bud.
What do you propose we do?
We should take the fight to them.
Well said, but as things stand, Cornelia simply does not have the manpower.
If you can just buy us some time, we'll do the rest.
Huh?
Me and Rain will sneak up on their boss and take him out.
What? Is it really that simple?
Well, he may not exactly look it, but Lun's pretty good in a fight. Thing is, he used to get picked on for being such a pipsqueak.
Please, as if you were ever any taller than me.
Oh, well, I might have made up the pipsqueak part, but he definitely did get picked on. I think that maybe the other kids were a little creeped out by our arms. Still, we were always kind of proud that we look like this. because it meant we were just like our mom, right?
I guess.
So, let's talk more about Lon getting picked on. Boy, did they make him cry. But, after I whipped him into shape, he never lost a fight again.
Wonderful.
But that's not 'cause he turned into some kind of bully-destroying machine. He just literally never picked a fight he couldn't win. Really, his threat assessment skills were uncanny. He always knew the odds. Call it natural cowardice.
Hey, watch it.
So, Lon, how about it? Do you think we can beat those guys?
Piece of cake? Well, not a piece of cake. More like a very large sliver of cake.
Well, there you have it. So, are you willing to trust us?
Very well, then. We must act. It is only a matter of time before the Federation completely overruns Cornelia. We will fight and place our faith in the Mirage Keepers.
What a weird thing to remember. I know someone bullied Lon, but why can't I remember who?
It is certainly an interesting point of here where it's just like, hey, I'm starting to remember stuff. They're like, oh yeah, we had to have had parents, and then here's this thing of, you know, Rain clearly remembering her mother, their mother. So, you know, it's interesting, just like all these little things, just kind of repicking on. It's a bit of a strange, like, but at the same time, I guess not doing a flashback is a good choice for storytelling too.
Hello there. Are you the Keepers from the Prophecy? I'm Captain of the Cornelian Army 1st Brigade. Princess Sarah has appointed us as Vanguard. We have been informed of the particulars. We'll time our feint to when the two of you storm the field. You can set out just as soon as you're ready.
Anyway, let's go. I could say, but I don't think I need to, so I won't. I mean, yes, famous last words, but
where's the goblin camp?
Up on that hill. Come on! Are the fighting as hard as they can.
Let's hurry up and circle around and knock the goblin's boss senseless.
Okay.
Wish and boosh.
Oh yeah.
According to the Vanguard's reports, many of the enemy forces are capable of inflicting blindness. It impairs your eyesight and causes your weapon attacks to miss more frequently, although thankfully magical attacks remain unaffected. Oh, why don't you take these eye drops? They'll clear up your vision in no time flat.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna need to worry about.
We're counting on you.
Again, I could just stack to. I could set up a stack to resisted, but I don't feel.
Good luck.
I don't feel like I overly need it. Yeah, this is one of those where status effects aren't debilitating.
Do your worst.
I'm ready when you are.
Well, might as well. I can do Whirlwind. So what do I got? I got 5 on Whirlwind, so let's do that. Foxfire is single target. Tremor, it's all medium strength. Yeah, there's a reason to keep that, but
this is it!
I don't think this is gonna. This might not kill. Oh, they're still weak. Okay.
Oh yeah!
Oh, right. I'm not overly concerned, I guess. Don't need to be. What's over this way? Treasure! I do like some treasure.
This thing seems awfully familiar.
Do I need those for true ending? Don't know.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
Let's make this quick.
Punch my way through for now. Hold R1, keep bashing it up. My attack.
Did it!
Predictable.
Get through it. Yeah, it's gonna keep leveling up Zap. Okay.
What are those chain things?
Whoever the Mirages are beholden to must be close.
What? Theo?
Stop it.
Again, it's just like, no, it's a terrible joke. Stop.
That was a good fight.
Alright.
I should have known that wasn't the last of them. Thank you. I owe you my life. I know this isn't much, but here, I want you to have this.
Your potion. Couldn't you use that on yourself to heal and recover? I mean, just a thought. I'm not the soldier here. Yeah. Still, the Cornelian army's doing pretty well.
Do your
Fighting through all that
I'm
stuff.
ready when you are.
Good. And oh, okay, normal attack. Like, yeah, they're doing some damage, but it's nothing major enough for me to worry about it yet. They certainly could kill me eventually.
Oh, quiet!
Okay. Just a weirdness
The
there.
enemy commander has taken position further.
Yeah, this one's not as much puzzle. It's a lot more combat though, if I remember correctly. But again, it's been years, so I could certainly be wrong about that. What are you guys going to tell me?
All injured soldiers have been ordered to fall back to this point and wait for further orders.
Alright, skip through that.
If I hadn't gotten injured.
Again. Still, like, they're showing much greater strength than, really, like, they really are holding their own.
No kid gloves for you.
This won't take long.
For being all like, oh, we don't, we don't have the army to face this. They are holding their own. But I guess in a prolonged conflict, they would be at a disadvantage. So. It's all interesting thoughts here.
All right.
And yes, I might be overanalyzing things, but it's an RPG. I got downtime. It's not like I'm constantly having to deal with problems. I'm not having to make a deal with a constant influx of problems.
Oh, help, Captain. I'm just not cut out for battle.
It's more of a, I just take the time, do what I need to do. And kind of just work between stuff.
Are you okay?
We got this.
Yep, the Red Caps. You know what? I don't like you. What's in with Blizzaga? They're red, so... Okay, not weak to it, but it's something.
Predictable.
Color theory, like, elemental color theory does not seem to work on them. You know, if they are predominantly a color, they must have that element weakness.
Good timing. Some of my soldiers swore they'd seen the princess on the battlefield. I suppose I got a bit careless.
Princess Sarah was here?
What? No way. That can't be right.
I'd like to think so. But knowing her, it's possible. Still, we must focus on the task at hand. Don't worry about me. You two should press on. Up ahead, you will find the Bahamutian soldier in charge. He leads the goblins.
Cool. Let's do this.
Okay. Now, the funny thing about that is just like, Sarah kind of is a badass at this, but she really wasn't in the original FF1. It's just kind of all this other stuff around it where it's just like, let's make her more awesome. Which, again, it's fine. I don't really have an issue with it, I just think it's interesting. Because again, characters change.
Don't let your guard down just because we're
across
stronger.
games and across time. So, you know, a lot of people were expecting a shot-for-shot remake with FF7R, and Nomura said no. Tetsuya Nomura went, no, we're not making the same game. We're making a similar game. But we're going to take things, we're going to do it how we want to do it to make it interesting.
You did it!
Good
Probably
job.
going to hit all the same story beats, but things will be different. That said, I am of the camp of, you know what, can we just have Eris live? Like, can we? Is that just something we can do? I mean, again, I don't know how they would not do it, but there's always the part of me that's like, it was just one of those things.
That's
in
odd.
episode.
I could have sworn I saw Princess Sarah on the front lines.
Mm-hmm. Treasure should be over this way. Yep. You can easily tell by looking at the map. But, yeah, that was one of those things where it's just like, man, it always sucks to lose the character and not have a replacement. Because no one was as good as healing and magic as Eris. You're kind of just working around with other things at that point. Crit kill. Man, these stat multipliers have got to be something though. Like, I think these things are hitting harder, but they have less defense, so you're less likely to survive.
Well, that ought to do it.
Predictable.
Still, every level will help, and it is getting closer to leveling up Ifrita. I do love they're attacking in the general direction. Style of field combat there. Is that just timing or... I'm not quite sure on it, but it's fine. I guess I'm regenerating a little bit of health. Oh, cover. Didn't help you. Is that a Tama ability where I'm getting a little health back on a land stack every turn? Okay, it's not much health.
That was a good fight.
That was like 30 health. I am taking... Yeah, like everything's hitting me way harder than that. But... if I wasn't playing on Nightmare...
Thanks for the help just now. You two are going up against the enemy commander. Is that right? Take this. It'll come in handy.
There we go. I got something. I didn't see what it was. I think I get the ability to use things after this, maybe?
It's time to show them what Cornelius' First Brigade is capable of.
Okay. Yeah, you guys take that. I don't think I need to help. I'll fight my own battles. Oh, stacks. Still don't have 7k health.
Victory!
Oh, Omega leveled. Why did it reorganize my... That's odd. So... Let's save here. I don't think this might be the end of the dungeon area. It's not super huge, but it's not... It's a weird one. Grab the treasure. I am maxed out on potions. But it is cutscene time.
Huh?
The princess? Dude, she is here!
I guess she's the hands-on type. Your Highness! Behind you! Huh? Look out!
Are you alright, Highness?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, schmuck! We gotta find a way down there now!
We can go around. If we're fast enough, we...
No! There's no time!
Princess!
No!
You okay?
Dude, that move was awesome!
I don't know what just happened.
I think I do. That light would explain it. Good Captain. From this day on, you shall be called the Warrior of Light.
Me? Are you sure?
Yes. The legends of Cornelia tell of others like you. Nameless heroes with great power in their hearts. Warriors of light.
Yep, Warrior of Light.
You're a medium. One with the potential to become this realm's champion.
Wait, a medium? A champion?
Champions arise at critical points in time, where they awaken unexpectedly to their miraculous power. Candidates who hide this light within them, this strength, we call them mediums. The Warriors of Light, of course, are unique to Cornelian legend, but mediums for other champions can still be found throughout Grimoire to this day.
Incredible. So I'm really one of them?
Yes. There is no mistake.
I think the light Lon and Rain sent me was a sort of reveille. Like I've been sleeping my whole life and finally woke up.
Do you have that power? Do you have the ability to awaken mediums as champions?
I wish we knew. Like I said, we don't remember all that much about who we are. Wait, hold on.
Okay, boss fight time.
Please stand back, Princess Sarah.
This guy must be their boss.
Lon, it looks like the soldier's human. Don't get carried away.
Rain, I'm shocked. I don't pick on people weaker than me.
I just had to make sure. Let's go, Lon.
Let's see.
This thing is the massive.
Seriously, what do they feed him anyway?
Let's go with Lake Cannon again.
Maybe we could stew over that some other time. What do you think?
It's a long animation, but I do enjoy watching it. Again, Omega does so much damage. He's only like level 67 or something. It's crazy. Let me think. Screw it, let's ultimate. They should be able to inflict some heavy damage with that. Yep.
We did it!
Again, if they can take that though, that doesn't speak well for the bosses that I actually have to use ultimate and such on. So Omega and Ifrita got a level. Zap's gonna get lots of levels. It's Mega Phoenixes, not bad. I don't know, there's a weird disconnect between the money I'm getting and the items. I don't know.
See? Total piece of cake.
Wait, this soldier's not human at all. Was he a mirage?
What? No. The soldiers are human beings, vying to become architects and join the Federation elite. What happened to him?
How many years have passed? Time for us has resumed its march. Seguarides.
Yes, what is it?
You may begin. I trust you have worked out each detail.
Oh, I can assure you, every word.
Then away with you.
We have a prophecy to fulfill.
Yes, let us usher in a new age of history.
Yep. Lots more stuff with prophecy. Filthy like elements causes more powerful. Fire. Fira creates Firaga. Spark Fire is fire attack 2. Can be used to substitute. Yep. Flipping Fangs. Able to wield combo abilities like Cross Slash. Yep. Giant Rain can be a channel element. Surround Zipper ability. Missing. Not big enough. Yep. Okay. Yep. We're getting close to when I want to call it. So
Now would be a good.
Good call. We've racked up a ton of gil now that you mention it.
You have to wonder why a bunch of mirages are carrying so much cash.
Let's just say that Inacro.
Never mind, I figured it was her.
Again, I love how they're just like, hey, let's explain this.
Opportunity knock.
Without over-explaining, you know? Granted, I think I do lose some agility for being stacked, but it's not a big deal.
Good job.
Like, it's not hurting me yet. If I was dealing with the super bosses, then yeah. But once we get late in the game, I am absolutely turning off Nightmare. There is no way. No way. I'm doing this on, There's no way I'm doing later chapters on Nightmare.
Sorry, but this might not end well for you.
Let's make this quick.
Once things become strong enough to actually survive through this kind of thing, and it's like, oh, I gotta plan that attack. I just don't want to. I just don't want to deal with it. You attacked Ifritza with fire. I am reasonably sure she absorbs fire.
Trouble at all.
Victory!
And that's not something you lose. So. Yeah. Still, I used a lot more story things than I really thought I did. I think it wants me to go back to Cornelia. One of the two, I forget which. But I want to check down here and get treasure. Eh?
I'm ready when you are.
Oh, please.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm still gonna nuke it.
That wasn't so bad.
Don't need to deal with it, but that was a lot of EXP. Black Choco Chick Memento. 10 ethers. That's not bad at all. So, don't really have much more to say than that. So I gotta go back now to Ninewood Hills. I think it wants me to check in with Chocobocolina? Charlotte. Whatever you want to call her.
Huh? Look at the stone! It's so pretty!
Oh, those are the called Mirajules. They're specialty items made by isolating a Mirage's abilities. If either the one of you equips them, you'll be able to wield whatever the abilities they hold. The right Mirajules with the right the stack can make for a powerful combination.
Yep. You just want me to go to Cornelia? Okay. It really wants me to use the fast travel, which is fine. So, yeah, it won't be another fight, so I think probably this cutscene might... Whatever cutscene it throws me into for Cornelia should set me on the... set me up for the next thing. Especially since I've cleared out the 2 dungeon legs they gave me.
Chapter 5. The Champion Who Saved Grimoire.
From the looks of the Bahamutian encampment is going to stay a goblin the hangout for good.
At least they'll leave Cornelia alone for a while, now that we've gotten rid of the soldier controlling them.
Once mirages are scattered and separated from their keeper, they revert to their wild state.
And wild mirages are something you just learn to get used to in Grimoire.
That's why you've got Mr. Warrior here.
Yes, indeed. However, we cannot rule out the possibility of another Bahamut attack. What we need is an alliance with another country. Some sort of mutual agreement to come to each other's defense.
Actually, word has been spreading of such an organization. An anti-Federation group as large as a nation. Perhaps the time has come to formally introduce ourselves. They call themselves the League of S.
League of S. reach them?
The Thane of Saronia to the north has been in contact with them. I believe one of the merchants mentioned it.
Saronia, yes. They have been resisting Federation annexation.
Yes. Highness, allow me to journey there and learn what I can about the League of S.
Alone? To get to Saronia, you must pass through all manner of places teeming with dangerous mirages. And
Hey, maybe we could go instead.
Yeah. Mr. Warrior here. He and the brigade should stick around and keep the goblins in line.
That's right. Cornelia's legendary champion belongs right here in Cornelia. We're the best fit for this. We've got tons of mirages to collect, and could start just about anywhere. So, you know, it wouldn't be any trouble.
What a kind offer. You would really do that?
Sure. You're doing us a favor by pointing me and Lon in a new direction. We're glad to help.
I thank you. We are in your debt. Here, all Cornelian emissaries are given these letters as proof of their authority. It should help you on your way.
Thanks.
Well, there's no sense in hanging around. So long. Take care.
Bye-bye. Your Highness.
Yep. And that concludes this leg of the journey. Now going.
Okay, then let's get going to the Saronia place.
Just hop on the train and take that choo-choo to the north.
So we'll get going to the next area.
Right, tickets, please.
And when we get there, well, I don't know.
Go on then. All aboard.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know exactly how long some of these are going to take, but I think I will be calling it reasonably soon.
Holy amaze! I could stare for days at this place.
Looks like we're gonna have to find a way through.
So looking burn through vegetation. Yes. So
If things get the dangerous or you need a break, don't forget that you can use the gates to return to Ninewood Hills and take a time out.
So again, a lot of this is just like, hey, you need to have mirages which have the, the correct overworld ability. And I think this combination gives me basically everything I need. Because I should have the fire, the ice, the electric, float. So I should be covered for everything with my current loadout. But I think I'm going to call it here. And pick this up next time. I might make this a Thursday, Friday thing. I don't know. I'll consider it more later. But for now, I'm going to call it here. So have a good time, and I will see you when I see you.